All right, I'm delighted to say I am at the most famous van, car, whatever you want to call it, in Japan at the moment. I'm delighted to be joined by Maureen and PJ Heffernan, who've come all the way from Clifden, but have not just come all the way, they've driven in this behind us all the way from Connemara. How are you feeling, folks, first of all? You just got here a couple of days ago.
Great. 32 days on the road and we're going watching rugby now. Yeah, it's good.
And we're still talking.
Yeah. Maureen's my co-pilot. We're actually at home now here in Japan because we're driving back on the right side of the road. All through Europe and Russia, Maureen had to can't overtake. So she was doing most of the driving. I was just driving.
So what gave you this idea that driving from Connemara to Japan would be something that would be enjoyable and that would be fulfilling? What was the idea behind it, Maureen?
PJ's mad idea. Just to go watch rugby and to see a bit of the world and to see will the car make it was the main thing.
Yeah, it's a 16-year-old car, so this is its last trip. So we hope to maybe donate it to a charity if we can out here. We'll be in touch with a few people over the next week or so and take it from there.
What other mad trips has the car gone on?
Oh, well, our son has been an Irish under-20 international. He's been at the 2 World Cups, New Zealand and in Italy. So we took it to Italy for the under-20 World Cup, and it has been at the last World Cup in England.
I was about to say there, I thought you brought it to New Zealand there for a second, which would have been
No, not that mad. Not that mad. We didn't make that New Zealand World Cup, but we made a big trip of the Italian World Cup.
So talk to us about the route. You leave Clifden, and where do you go?
Leave Clifden, get a ferry from Dublin to Cherbourg, and in Cherbourg, we had no plan. We had a certain amount of accommodation booked. With our first night in France booked in Lille in France, yeah. And we moved on from there. Every day, every evening, then we had to plan as to where or what we were doing. We had an idea of our direction within a no man's land base of 50 miles, keeping going east, sun to the south, facing east.
But never known how far the car was going to go. We couldn't plan too far ahead. So we never knew when it was going to break down or
breakdowns, whatever. But touch wood, still driving great.
Were there any hairy moments?
We broke a spring in Germany, and that was a bit scary. But we went into Poland and got it fixed. Great mechanics in Poland.
Actually, it was an old blacksmith's shop that he had. And he actually hand-made the spring for the car. Yeah. You should see it. Like, we took it in at 10 o'clock in the morning. He said, go and have some lunch and come back at 2 o'clock. Your car will be ready. And it was. And ever since then, we had never had a breakdown, never had nothing. Except on the ferry. We had to take a ferry from Vladivostok to South Korea to Japan. And the battery died on the way because the car hadn't started in 3 days. So
your Japanese experience so far, you basically came straight to Yokohama and now you're down here in Shizuoka.
Yeah. Japanese, great people. They cannot do enough for you. Even from buying a ticket at your train station or parking or whatever, they will go out of their way to help you. It's a fabulous country and I'm really looking forward to another 10 days, 12 days, because we're going to stay just for the group stage of the Ireland campaign. And then hopefully, if we can, get back to the final. You know.
Maureen, why does it say Clifden on one side of the van and Mayo for Sam on the other side of the van?
That's PJ again.
I know, because as an eternal hopeful of winning Sam, you know, we've been at the door. We've been bridesmaids for years. We want to become winners.
Mayo, everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, if Mayo had won, Sam, you would have missed it because you would have been in.
No. I had a contingency plan that we just park the car and fly back. But you know, we're actually watched the All Ireland final, the first final in Kasan.
Right. Okay.
And well, we had sort of planned that we would be there, so there was a nice airport handy, direct flight, but it didn't happen. The Dubs put it out of our misery in the semi-final. But there's always next year.
There's also the rugby, hopefully, that might provide some sort of sporting happiness.
We're at a shrine or a temple down here today, and said the prayers, and one of the people said you should buy a fortune cookie. And whatever fortune cookie we bought, it has been the most.
They were all shocked. Said it was so lucky. So.
Wow, what did it say? Do you know?
We don't know.
we don't know. We have it in the car, so we were going to keep it there. So it's going to become our little emblem of hope.
Genie, maybe we should pass it on to the Irish team as you doing your bit. Folks, it's been great chatting to you. It's been a pleasure. Congratulations on making it this far. And hopefully you managed to actually enjoy some of the rugby now that you're actually here.
Thank you very much.